Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on this Hest account. We have the Sacred Dawn that is going on right now, so we actually did get some free cards out of here, which is very cool to see. It looks like overall they're probably going to give us another 10 cards. But in addition, guys, we do have the patch notes 1.107, adding the new Awakened Light Bearer, Belinda, the Spark of Hope. Seems like overall, guys, she is going to be pretty strong. I cannot wait to see her up live on the test server. That way we can use her, we can trial her out, we can see exactly the damage that she is going to be putting. Even getting the test copy and kind of running a couple bosses. I feel like Twisted Realm and Cursed Realm is going to be where she is really going to shine. Now, added the new Isle of Gold event. This event is either players love it or players hate it. I don't find any real middle ground with this. I know some players ignore it, but the resources in here are pretty good. The big thing is the pillaging was where you got a majority of the resources last time. First time we did this, it was just the accumulation of the buildings. We're going to have to see exactly how this comes out. The resource buildings can produce additional resources when not pillaged for a long period of time. So if you successfully defend it, I'm assuming it is going to make additional resources as long as you can win. Most of the time when you're stacking pillaging, the flowers and everything behind it, you can't really defend against it. It is incredibly hard to actually defend it against that. But it added the pilfer feature. When pillaging, adventurers can choose to pilfer instead, where they can gain a small amount of resources by reducing the morale of their allies. Okay, I'm not sure if that's just going to skip the battle. What would be my thought? Added 2 new spring buildings, of which adventurers can choose one to build. So you're going to have 2 choices. You can only build one of them. Added the Wish Finder event, where adventurers follow clues to find, gather, and hang up wishes to receive rewards. Okay, that seems pretty cool. I wish they would add a new star. Maybe not. Added the new Belinda Spark of Hope theme Voyage of Wonder, called the Glorious Dawn, which I like. Reduce the difficulty of certain floors, 1600 to 1650 King's Tower. Also added more floors, guys. King's Tower is now at 1700 floors. I believe I'm at 1100 for where I'm at. Players can climb up to floor 990 within the faction tower, and they did reduce some difficulty. Same with here, reduce the difficulty of certain floors between the Celestial Sanctum and the Infernal Fortress. So a little bit of adjustment right there. And then optimize the aesthetic of the hero skin interface. Little change there, just probably just the cosmetic thing with the aesthetics. Now, hero adjustments. Palmer fixed a problem where in certain situations text colors were displaying incorrectly when the skill Sacred Scripture was used to reduce a target's attack rating. Actual battle effects were unchanged, so just a little fix there. Fixed a problem in certain circumstances or certain situations. Pop-up text did not appear when a target's defense was reduced by upgrading Eternal Engraving. Effects of the skill Focus Fire. Then, of course, the update will only take live. So, couple things in here, guys, is one, it doesn't seem like there's going to be a really solid way to get some cards. I'm even thinking with the new Glorious Dawn, the new Voyage of Wonder that's coming, it's probably 10 Stargazer cards. The Wishfinder event, I'm not sure exactly what that is going to bring, but we, just like I showed you in the last video, guys, we need a lot more of these Time Emblems. The Time Emblems system almost needs to be revamped at this point. Because it is so expensive, so time consuming to get heroes. And now we have what? This is our, what do we got? 4 or 5, 6. This will be our 7th Awakened hero with the addition of the Awakened version of Belinda, which means that also starts the counter for the next 2 months to get another Awakened hero. I'm not sure, again, if they're just going to go straight down the line with the Awakened heroes, but again, looking at the progression that we have already made within the King's Tower, this is really where we're going to be stuck, guys. When we had new heroes released, we had a multitude of ways for each one of these towers that when it was released, they actually gave us a ton of cards. I'm not sure if they're going to do that exact same thing. I would like it. I mean, that's a pretty good way to counteract it. That way you could either build the Awakened version of Belinda, or you could use it for a current Awakened hero that you're kind of building. Just literally going through the rotation and offering the rewards again. I mean, that would be my thought, is it would be incredibly easy just to literally reset what we had within the faction towers. So I know we made a little bit more progression, but again, with the amount of heroes we have, it is going to be very, very difficult to actually get through there and build up some of these heroes. Because I was looking at the sheer cost of them yesterday, and even when you look at buying cards within the merchants, 120 cards runs about $100. Now, if you guys remember from when I went through all of my accounts, I've summoned probably about 20 Awakened Heroes at this point. But looking at the actual cards itself, so looking at these cards right here is 30 cards for what, $25. So out of 30 cards, you need roughly 500 to 700 cards to go ahead and get a copy of them, and that is just Ascended. That is just getting them to Ascended. It took Brutus, it was just over 500, but then you also had the flip side of it where we had the Awakened version of Thane. That took well over 700 cards to build. So again, looking at the sheer cost, you're talking a couple $100, and I'm going to break out my calculator. Again, just thinking kind of what it looks like in here, because if you need, let's say, even generally 600 divided by your 30 cards, pretty easy math, times your 25, $500 is the cost of an Awakened Hero. Now, with that being said, guys, that doesn't include the red chest. It doesn't include the engraving mats. It doesn't include the Poe coins for furniture. That is literally just to have the hero up to that Ascended level. Again, taking kind of the average of it and the cost that it is if you're looking to buy it, because of the cards that essentially we're not getting that we need. There's going to have to be something other than buying them out of the shop that you can get cards, or maybe buying more cards out of the shop. I don't know if maybe this went from 1 to 3, which would give you a little bit more benefit to actually get the cards out of the shop, or if there's going to be another way. Let's say, for instance, and this was one of the biggest things that I would love to see, is having cards in here, having the ability to actually drop cards in here. I think, again, with the rarity that we have on the cards, everything like that, it would be very cool to see. Or if they even revamped our guild bosses and provided cards in here. I know for a lot of them, it's just kind of a farming opportunity, but when you look at the loot in here, it is pretty sad to see that nothing has actually changed in here since the release of the game, going on 4 years that we haven't seen anything. But again, because Hellscape, Twisted Realm, now, while there are two good places to get cards, the problem that I find is within these rewards, one, this just gives you Stargazer cards. So again, we don't have the Time Emblems. But when you look at the actual loot that you get out of here, even if we go all the way up here, a majority of players are not getting or ranking high enough to even get the Time Emblems to actually unlock or have an opportunity. See, there starts in our Stargazer cards, but to get a couple Time Emblem cards every rotation within the Curse Realm, even starts at what, 16? Yeah, it starts at 16% or better, guys, which again means the top players will get more cards, which is kind of by design. But again, we need the method to get more cards in here, guys. So that's my 2 cents on the Awakened Hero. So Belinda is coming. It should be up. The patch should drop live tomorrow. So we're going to have to test her out, see exactly what she is. But that is our patch notes, guys, 1.107. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.